Good morning, traders. Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today's Thursday, April 21st, the end of a very crazy week. Taking a look, we are a lot higher in the euro. We're a lot higher in the equity markets. Thinking about, we were at 2252 on the NASDAQ earlier this week, and we're trading here pre-market 2380, 130 points. Move from those lows to these highs. We've got a breakout situation in the euro with some volume nodes. This comes back to probably 44.67s. On a retest of that would be a great buying opportunity. It's too far gone here to chase it now, but we got the breakout. So the next pullback in this euro, 40, maybe even 4,500. It was trading up as high as 46.30 this morning. You can see we're getting some little bit of selling here. And that if that comes back into that prior high here, 45s or so, that will be an opportunity. It could come as low, as a matter of fact, as 44s if they wanted to, because that's the high volume node for the month. But you know, this, as you can see in the past, this is actually, these candles are getting very wide in here. There's a lot of volatility in the euro right now because they're crushing the dollar. I mean, you go back and you look at the chart. It wasn't when we were back in January. It looks like we had some really wide range candles where there was a lot of volatility, and we really haven't seen any of that since then. It's just in this last week or so, if you will, we had this wide range bars again, and a lot of movement again in the euro. So that with that breakout, we'll see if it holds outside of this new value area, because this will be the new value area on the euro. We would say that this is an accepted area for value. Get all these areas. So like I said, first time back into 44.74 area, this will come and it'll tap on it, and you'll see if you can get buyers who didn't get the breakout of this area on the retest. The initiative buyers will step in and look to take that even higher from these levels. I guess if this is what the market wants to do, if they continue to pound on the dollar, especially with the equity markets. But we all know that things don't go straight up without some sort of a pullback. Even gold in its last move, when it had broken up out of that balance area, it came right back into it and then took off and then went higher. Of course, it doesn't mean that everything has to do that. Just like if we look, let's go to the NASDAQ chart here. Here you go. Here's the NASDAQ. This is what I'm talking about on Monday. Look at the low, 2250s, 2380s. That is one huge move. All right, that's one huge move. The last time we made a move, if you measured it from here, March 8th, down to here, obviously that was a big move. That was 2200s, 2360, about the same distance, if you will. But it was done more in, it was like 2 weeks, wasn't it? Because you have there's 5 days, yeah, like 2 weeks. This is making that whole move in 1 week here. So we're getting very close to some areas that you'll start to see some profit taking. NASDAQ, we're looking at this to come back into this trend line break here for a retest, right around probably, I would think, 2340 area. The top of it would be, the value area is 54s. So somewhere in that level, if it came back in, maybe even that low volume pocket right there, 46. I would say 46 to 54, somewhere in that area when it comes back down. We got a naked point of control on the daily at 86.75s up here, and then the next one is right up at this 92, 93 area. All right, so we're still, if you look at the bigger scheme of things, here, let me shrink the chart up. We're still in what I would consider a consolidation phase up at these highs, which we had talked about at the beginning of the year. We said, there's a good chance we could just, auction in this range for a period of time as we seek in value back and forth. We came back down to the lows. Now we're going back up to the highs. So when we get back to the highs, are we going to come back down again? I think what we need to watch for is if the pullback this time is shallow and it really looks like they're going to try to hold on. I think that's when we get the breakout and we continue to roll higher. I would be surprised if we broke out of this range right from the get-go here, because it's going to run out of steam. I mean, it only has so many bullets to go higher. You have to back up the truck in order to get something going. And we're going into a long weekend. Tomorrow the markets are closed, Easter weekend, so a lot of things can happen, and I can't imagine traders are going to want to hold on to profits going into a long weekend like that. We probably see by the end of the day maybe even some sort of a topping tail or something that will form in this. My thought is they gap open this morning and then start selling some of their positions off going into the weekend. That will be what we'll be looking for this morning. But again, are we balancing? Yeah, until we really get up over the 2400, we have to still just treat this as a larger balance area. Actually, we could move this bottom up because there's the prior lows. We could take this Japan situation that we had with the tsunami and all of that as an outlier outside of the value area, and it was rejected. So this balance area we have is still being accepted. We went from the lows, we went to the highs. Went to the lows to the highs. So when we get to the highs, remember, a market that's balancing is a market that is rotating, auctioning back and forth within a range between the unfair lows and the unfair highs. And that's really what we're doing here. Remember, it's always time frame dependent. Folks, have a great rest of the trading day, a blessed Easter holiday, and we'll see everyone in the room on Monday.